Everybody, thank you for tuning in and for streaming ANF Plus. Here to give you a streaming check of the First Alert forecast. I am First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here, and we have a lot of weather to talk about in less than 24 hours, really less than 12 hours. We're already going to start to see some changes across North Georgia, not necessarily, at least initially, Metro Atlanta, but North Georgia. Changes are on the way in the First Alert forecast. We're talking big-time cold, not one round, but two. Pushes a bitterly cold Arctic air well below normal and perhaps pipe bursting type of temperatures here. And intermixed with the cold, we have not one but two opportunities, at least in parts of the area, for some wintry weather to occur. So we're going to be watching this here pretty closely over the next couple days as we really work to fine-tune the forecast, break it down to that neighborhood-by-neighborhood level, and kind of refine the risk of wintry weather. Because, again, this isn't really a metro concern. However, it will be something that we're watching for our neighbors to the north, anyone traveling north and west, and for some of our northwest side and mountain communities as well. Want to go ahead and start with a look outside because picture is a little deceiving out there. Right now, we are absolutely dry. We have a nice evening underway, not tracking any wintry weather this evening. In fact, it is going to be a pleasant Sunday evening across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Already outside is absolutely stunning. We managed upper 50s this afternoon in the city of Atlanta, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. In fact, still reporting a temperature in the upper 50s. 57 is your current temperature right now. So not too bad. Again, it's nice outside. We're dry. Though do notice where the clouds are thicker, it is cooler. For example, Canton is still in the upper 40s. Blairsville is 45. Rome is 49. Not necessarily because that's the Arctic air already moving in. It's more so that they're a little bit cloudier up there. They've had less sunshine, so they are cooler. Meanwhile, Atlanta 57. Just to the west, though, Carrollton, more clouds. A little cooler at 51. 56 in Covington. 57 in LaGrange. Again, hour-by-hour forecast rolling you deeper into the evening. Not really concerned about any outdoor activities this evening. Yeah, it'll get chillier. It is still January, and the clear sky will allow temperatures to cool rather quickly outside of the city, cooling most quickly by 5 p.m. If you're up in maybe Marietta, for example, 50 degrees. I think we're hanging on to low to mid-50s inside the city of Atlanta, 45 by 7 p.m., 42 by 8 p.m., and we will settle back into the mid-40s eventually. And again, more noticeable changes are on the way tomorrow. Again, we're going to go ahead and snap ahead here. Look at the hour-by-hour forecast, bring you deeper into your back half of the weekend. But let's start with what's happening right now. Again, we're dry, increasing clouds. Yes, we do have more clouds around in the forecast this afternoon, this evening. You probably have noticed those moving in. Remember, yesterday it was nearly perfectly sunny. That is not quite the case today, but still bigger changes are on the way. This is just a little taste, that sky condition, those clouds, a little hint at bigger changes to come. So hour-by-hour forecast, and while this rolls forward, we want to remind you we are streaming across many platforms right now. AtlantaNewsFirst.com, the Atlanta News First app, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. But if you have any weather questions, and in this kind of a setup, I think a lot of folks typically do want some clarification on that forecast, you can always reach out on YouTube. Atlanta News First. You can't see it here, but I have the account pulled up just to my left, monitoring the chat. We have a couple likes on this feed so far, a handful of folks watching on YouTube alone. And again, if you do have any weather questions, comments, concerns, YouTube is the place to be. Atlanta News First is the account to like and to follow so that you can be alerted to our live streams, whether breaking news or updates to the First Alert forecast. But again, we are streaming on YouTube right now. Okay, going back forward in time here, forecast model has a few sprinkles, midnight, 1, 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. However, what I will say is I think this model is a little too aggressive, that probably not reaching the ground. What this model is doing is it's detecting moisture up above our heads, those clouds moving in and thickening. That's not actual rain reaching the ground this evening across the metro. Tomorrow morning, fairly quiet, though more clouds. Temperatures near below freezing, north side on up into the mountains. Blue Ridge 31, though Clayton 37, 33 Rome, Dallas 33. So a warmer start tomorrow morning, warmer compared to this morning. It'll still be cold. You'll still want your winter gear, your winter wear. But a little bit of a jump up in our temperature, mainly just due to clouds, not because we have a much warmer air mass or big warm change coming, just more clouds. And, clouds may keep folks cooler during the day, We just showed you that on our current temperature map, but they also help keep folks warmer at night. They're an insulator. They act like a blanket, keeping in some of that warmth that accumulated during the day, not letting it escape back up into space. So clouds tonight, keeping things just a little bit milder than it was this morning. First alert, not for the metro tomorrow, but by mid to late morning, we're going to start seeing more and more moisture build into far north Georgia. So from Dade and Walker counties on over to northern Fannin County, perhaps as far south as Gilmer County, the Ellijay area, and then perhaps as far east as Habersham County, Lumpkin County, Rabun County, sprinkles, flurries, few sleet pellets. But in the bulk of this up in extreme northwest Georgia, North Alabama, far western North Carolina, the highest elevations in East Tennessee. So if you're driving to Chattanooga tomorrow, you will probably be driving into some light snow, light wintry mix, and this is as early as mid-morning tomorrow. Again, keeping it dry across the metro as we go forward in time here. Backing it up, forecast model taking just a little bit of time to catch up with me here as I drag the mouse. Notice how initially this is mainly sprinkles, Blue Ridge, Calhoun, and Ellijay. But the closer you get to that state line, the Tennessee state line, the Chattanooga metro, the greater your chance of getting a more significant wintry mix and some light snow in the first alert forecast. Here we are, 11 p.m. Monday. This is when things may start to change for the metro. Not wintry weather, but by 10, 11 midnight, that's Monday night, tomorrow night, going into Tuesday morning, we will have more moisture move in. This kind of fire hose of moisture that is initially aimed at North Alabama, Memphis, West Tennessee, Central Tennessee, East Tennessee, into the western North Carolina area, kind of a kind of curved little stretch of moisture there. It'll start sinking southward as the front itself, that division between normal chill and bitter cold, as that boundary sinks southward, so will the moisture plume associated with it. So by 10 p.m. Monday night, 36 Rome, 44 Atlanta, 38 Carrollton, 42 in Eatonton, 35 Blue Ridge, and there's increasing sprinkles and light rain showers. Now, moisture will tend to be very limited with this passing system, and we will see less and less moisture around as cold air moves in early Tuesday morning. So that tends to limit just how much wintry weather anyone across Metro Atlanta will see. Right now, it is looking like by 4 a.m. Tuesday, mid to upper 30s as an average around the metro, with light rain transitioning to sprinkles, sleet pellets. Here we are at drive time or so Tuesday. Most of that moisture is on the southeast side, but look at the cold air moving in. 27 in Dallas, 26 in Rome, 26 Ellijay, 32 Lawrenceville, 27 Carrollton, 28 Roanoke, and some of that cold air is moving into Metro Atlanta. So we're going to be watching our Tuesday morning commute. Maybe one of those deals where we don't really see much of significance falling from the sky, but roadways are damp from rain overnight, and then the rain moves out, but not in time for roads to really dry up. And then we have temperatures really plummeting early Tuesday morning. So there is that potential for a few slick spots Tuesday morning, especially bridges and overpasses, elevated roadways, those sorts of surfaces, northwest side of the metro in particular, from Carrollton up to Dallas, Gainesville, Lawrenceville, certainly Cartersville, Cherokee County, Canton. You all in particular are going to be watching for a few slick spots Tuesday morning. Not really snow or anything like that, but we will be watching for the possibility of moisture falling, liquid rain or so. And then, moisture moves out as temperatures drop, but we just don't get enough dry time between when moisture moves out and the temperatures fall to 32 degrees or colder, so we could have a few slick spots. But definitely Tuesday, it's about the dry, cold weather settling in. 3 p.m., temperatures not recovering much. In fact, I think we'll be nearly steady, low to mid-30s all day Tuesday, the warmest point of Tuesday, likely just after midnight Tuesday morning. So that number you see on the 7-day, we're going to put that down arrow there because we want you to know that's very, very early in the day, but afternoon temperatures will be colder than you might expect. Typically our high temperature is during the middle of the afternoon. That will not be the case Tuesday. Temperatures will likely remain steady or fall through the day Tuesday. So this is 3 p.m. Tuesday, 34 Atlanta, 29 Dallas. So even before the evening commute gets up, many folks are already at or below freezing. It's windy by this point, so wind chills in the teens, single digits possibly up in Blue Ridge, Calhoun. Winds will be gusting up to 30, and your temperatures are in the mid-20s. And I do think that as we get deeper into the evening, temperatures will drop even more quickly. And again, we're looking well out into our data range here for this particular forecast model. So numbers, we lose that data beyond a certain hourage here. But just want to drive home the point that Tuesday will be dry. after that morning commute, kind of early morning period. Austin Vance, hello to you. Just got one question. Do you think it would snow or will I still get rain on Tuesday? Austin, remind me where you are watching from. If it's in the metro, mainly just an early chance of sprinkles and sleet pellets, but not much actual snow. And then by the time you're really up, 6, 7 a.m. Tuesday, we're drying out. It's just plain old cold and windy. So the risk of wintry weather falling from the sky is very, very low in the metro. What we're watching for our metro counties, including the city of Atlanta, is maybe some light rain late Monday evening and early Tuesday morning. Because it's nighttime, it doesn't dry up that quickly even after the rain moves out, and then temperatures will plummet and fall below freezing possibly around the morning commute time period. So we're going to be watching that potential for a few slick spots, not because stuff is actively falling from the clouds, but because of that timing, that in tandem sort of scenario there, with rain moving out late, cold air really rushing in quickly, and there could be a few slick spots in the Tuesday morning commute. So we're going to be watching that potential here across metro Atlanta. And if you do want wintry weather, though, you're going to have to head further to the north, across far north Georgia, the North Georgia mountains, and those sorts of locations and areas. But Austin, again, remind me where you are commenting from. I know you watch this feed pretty closely, and I know we've talked weather before, but just wanted to ask you again specifically where you are in the metro, or really North Georgia, because if you are up in Blue Ridge, if you are up in Clayton, if you're in Dade and Walker County areas, far northwest Georgia, that chance of wintry weather is a little bit greater for you. So something to keep an eye on here as we head into tomorrow, Austin. So again, I'm monitoring that feed, and we'll be keeping you updated. In fact, I'm right now updating. I'm turning back on all of our winter weather alerts for this particular graphic, so that you have an idea about what is forecast. Again, bear with me here, and I'm going to add in a couple of things, kind of doing this on the fly with you to better tell that story. And we're adding those back in right now, and you can see we do have a winter weather advisory in effect for counties shaded in blue, counties shaded in pink. That's a winter storm warning, not for our viewing area, but extreme northwest Georgia, including Dade and Walker counties. The Chattanooga metro winter storm warning is in effect. Austin saying actually from Henry County. So no, down in Henry County, very, very unlikely. We have some light rain late Monday evening for you, very wee hours of our Tuesday morning, sprinkles, light rain, and then very quickly that spigot, so to speak, shuts off because the air will be very dry, very cold as it settles down in. So from the northeast Georgia mountains, so not including Rabun County, on down to the south and west, including Haralson County, including Chattooga County, including Floyd County, including Bartow County, Gilmer County, the Fannin County area. We have a winter weather advisory. Just some details on this. 1 a.m. Monday to 10 a.m. Tuesday. Mixed precipitation expected. The National Weather Service says a light glaze of ice is possible. Portions of, north central and northwest Georgia from 1 a.m. Monday to 10 a.m. Tuesday, but they do note the majority of precipitation is expected Monday night into Tuesday morning. So as we talked about, we are expecting that band of moisture to gradually shift to the south and to the southeast. So it's all about timing. For counties that are not shaded, that are in that gray shading, no winter advisory right now, and it's less likely there will be need for one because it's all about timing, and moisture will be moving out just as cold air moves in. But more of an overlap between the cold air and the moisture for folks off to the north and west, including Cleburne County, Alabama, Rome, Floyd County, the Cartersville area, Bartow County, on up into Chattooga County. All of these counties shaded in purple, including Clay County, North Carolina, and one of our two Alabama counties, Cleburne County in Alabama, east of Anniston. That is where we are going to be watching for that, maybe that overlap. And we will be watching for that possibility. Austin, good question, though. Thanks for that ask. And again, this is more of a story about the cold than the wintry weather. But as far as Atlanta Metro commuters, we are watching our Tuesday morning commute, not because we expect winter weather to actively be falling per se, but it is possible that rain moves out late enough Monday night, late enough Tuesday morning that as the cold air settles in, we can't rule out a few slick spots on our elevated roadways, our bridges, and our overpasses, even for Metro Atlanta. But right now, it does not look like that risk is significant enough to issue a winter weather advisory. Again, we kind of hopped on a little bit late here. I'm updating my graphics as we're chatting. Obviously, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is Monday. So just bear with me here while I completely update this. Had some new data come in. We're working on some new graphics for you to better tell this weather story, because obviously it is a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss, and kind of a complicated setup. So a lot of time spent on making weather graphics and exactly what we have going on today. But here is the story. A cold week is ahead of us, and there will be a second blast of cold air in that 7-day forecast. So Monday first alert, mountain mix is what we're going to call it. There will be snow, but also some sleet, some freezing rain possible, highest of elevations. The focus for that excuse me, will be Monday night into early Tuesday morning. First alert throughout the whole day, the entirety of Tuesday, though, mainly for temperature. First alert Wednesday because it is going to be freezing cold. We will wake up Wednesday morning, temperatures mid to upper teens. It'll feel like it's below zero to just a handful of degrees above 0 degrees. Another hard freeze Thursday morning. We're going to try to warm back up Thursday, Friday, but another storm system approaches. And even colder air back in the forecast beyond that, with temperatures back in the mid to upper teens Saturday morning, mid to upper teens Sunday morning, temperatures struggling to get above freezing even in Atlanta Saturday morning, mid to upper 30s. That's all we manage Sunday morning, and obviously that's for Atlanta. So our typically colder spots, mountains, northwest side, may stay below freezing the entirety of Saturday and Sunday, but it will be absolutely sunny, gorgeous, aside from the fact that it is going to be freezing cold. So just wanted to spend a few moments, chat weather. Again, time now 4:51. Want to remind you we are slated for an early evening newscast, 6:30 on Atlanta News First, WANF. We'll have all that new data in, compiling that, making maybe some minor adjustments to the forecast, but not anticipating any big changes between now and then. Nonetheless, you can get the full forecast there in addition to AtlantaNewsFirst.com. And I did already send an updated video to the First Alert Weather app, so we'll be working to keep you updated here inside and outside of the First Alert Weather Center. The entire team working this very active weather week across North Georgia. Do us a favor, get outside and enjoy this evening. Sunshine, relatively mild, especially when you consider what is headed our way, and we are dry. Again, I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin. Thank you for streaming the First Alert forecast on ANF Plus. We're back on TV, streaming as well. You can stream the newscast starting at 6:30.